First, let me start off by saying none of the gameplay I'm showing here is going to be anything that you haven't seen. It's pretty much everything that we've seen from Nintendo Treehouse, the trailers, the Direct, just the first like 3 worlds. Nothing crazy here, so you don't have to worry about spoilers or anything. I just wanted to get that out because I know a lot of people might be a little hesitant clicking on this video, so do not worry. So I have about almost 5 hours in Donkey Kong Bananza now, and I had to stop and make this video because I really had to talk about how incredible this game is for a second. So I started recording, and I said to myself that, you know, I want to just record and just see like how much time I have and just see how far I get, you know, and that's how I'll pace myself for these recordings. Because I don't like to go too long. I like my recordings to stay at least under, you know, an hour and a half, 2 hours. And I normally like do it based on like, hey, I'll do this like these 2 worlds and then stop, and then these 2 worlds and stop. But anyways, I jump into the game. And I get pretty much to the end of the lagoon, or like halfway through the lagoon area. And I'm like, this was a really fun time so far. And, you know, I'm just messing around, smashing things. You know, I'm not even really progressing the story that much. And I'm like, let me see how much time I'm at. Probably like 30 minutes. It said 2.5 hours. It said 2.5 hours that I spent in the lagoon, first half of the area, just smashing and looking for things and exploring. Oh my gosh, I am so locked into this game. It's crazy. I have not. It's weird. It's almost like bringing me back to my childhood. You know, it's giving me. I don't know what it is. Did anybody else experience that with the lagoon area? I think the music, the design of the world, the area itself. I don't know what it was, but it just kind of. It was a certain feeling. It brought me straight back to my childhood, and I don't know why. Like I almost got like emotional. It was so awesome. This game is going to be phenomenal. And like I said, I just started the game. I just think each area is extremely packed and full of things to do. One of my biggest worries was just going to be like endless digging, you know, looking for things. And there are a lot of like fossils and stuff that you're going to have to dig for and look for. And that's kind of like my only thing that I would say is like, yeah, for the smaller fossils, you're just going to have to blindly dig and just hope you find something. But for the most part, there's little things on the, you know, above ground, just like little holes or little markers that you can tell that you're supposed to dig there and look for something. And then you can like use your radar or your sonar clap in order to find these things. But it just feels like they're so well craftedly placed. There's little caverns down beneath the ground. It almost feels like the better version of what Tears of the Kingdom was trying to be, where it's fun to dig. And you actually need to dig, and there's caves, and there's actual, you know, unique things to find down there. And it feels like there's just 2 separate worlds in every single world. There's the above ground, and then there's the underground. And it's so much fun to just dig, and then you find something, and you find like a whole canal, and like, oh my gosh, just the collection aspect. I think another reason is I have extreme ADD and OCD to the point where like I need to collect everything. So it's a good and bad thing. I think it's a double-edged sword because I love collecting everything in this game, but also it's like I'm going to have to collect everything in this game. Which, there's a lot. But I'm telling you, I just immediately, as soon as I started playing this game, I found out like this is going to be my game, man. This is going to be my Switch 2 game. I love Mario Kart, and it has a lot of problems. You guys know that, but this is my launch title for me. But no, I am loving everything about this game. I really don't have any complaints. I love how fast this game picks up. We know Nintendo does this a lot. Like all their 3D Mario games have a very short cutscene in the beginning, and then they, you know, dive you into the gameplay. But I don't know if any of them are as short as Donkey Kong Bananza's. Maybe 3D Land. You know, 3D Worlds is short, but I still think Bananza's is shorter. I mean, it shows you a quick glimpse of the, you know, ingot aisle, and then you're jumping into the game. I mean, it's almost immediately. It's crazy. And it doesn't hold your hand. You have all your moves immediately. And it doesn't even like stop and show you tutorials or have people talking to you about what to do. It'll give you a quick pop-up box as you're playing. And I love how Nintendo is so good with their tutorials, man. They know how to like seamlessly integrate them into gameplay that makes them fun. At least, you know, when they're not like the Mario and Luigi games. But yeah, they know how to like seamlessly slip them into the gameplay. Where the whole ingot aisle is pretty much one giant tutorial level. But you don't know it because it feels like you're just playing through the level. It'll have a section where like you need to dig underneath the fence. This is teaching you how to dig down. Here's a section where a rock falls on Donkey Kong's head in a small little cutscene, but it's showing you how to punch up. You know what I mean? And it'll have you climb up something and punch up as you're climbing up. There's a section where it'll teach you, like, just stuff like that, how to pick up things and throw them because you need to throw them at something in order to get through. It's stuff like that, dude, that's just awesome because it doesn't feel like you're learning. It doesn't feel like you're doing a tutorial. It feels like you're just playing a really cool level and experimenting with all your cool abilities. And it's just so good. The combat, it's nothing crazy, but so far, at least, I found myself having a blast with it, especially with the crocoids. It's fun to like see different things you can do with them. You can pick up a piece of terrain and just like surf into them, or you can just throw it at them. You can even spin it around like Mario 64 style and throw it. Or just beat them up with it. Like, there's so much you can do. You can even grab a piece of terrain off of them and beat themselves up with their own, like, armor, which is crazy. But, dude, I'm loving everything about this game so far. Like, seriously, it is a blast. And it does have, like, this love letter feel to Super Mario Odyssey. But there's just a level to it that I'm not going to say it's better than Odyssey yet. I'm going to have to do, like, a full comparison at the very end. But, dude, I'm loving absolutely everything about this game. There are a ton of bonus rooms. They all feel fresh and unique and have some type of different mission than the last. I mean, there's a bunch of, like, fighting ones. That's the only ones that you're going to see repeated. But there's so many bonus rooms. I love Donkey Kong's moveset. He feels like butter, just like Mario Odyssey. He can roll jump like Donkey Kong Country 2. Speaking of Donkey Kong Country 2, the classic levels, I played one Donkey Kong Country level. It was like the very beginning. It is so awesome because it feels like, dude, they could use this whole mechanic for a 2D Donkey Kong game and it would work so well. It's just awesome. I love the whole digging mechanic and everything with that 2D, gameplay in mind. I think it works well together. And yeah, I'm trying to think of a negative to say. I think my only negative so far, my only problem, which was a problem, that I was worried that I would have, is the boss battles. They are pretty much a pushover. I've only played the first two, and it's the two that we've seen so far. They're just literally the biggest pushovers ever. You constantly have your Bananza transformation pretty much in this game. If you collect any gold at all, you're going to have this thing active at all times. And you can just use it whenever. And I mean, you can literally just like punch a boss 5 times and you will beat the first 2 bosses within 30 seconds each. I'm not joking. It's just that incredibly simple. And I don't know why Nintendo's just going the route of punch through the boss, you're done. But that's kind of the route that they're going through. And it's always just extremely simple. Oh, here comes Big Boss with dirt on him. Punch through him. You're done. Why? Why is there not like a specific weak point that we have to dig for? Why is there like no type of like, you know what I mean? Like they could have had like this one like little bomb or something on him that you had to dig for or find, and then you had to dig in a specific location after you knocked them out in order to blow it up or something. I don't know. There's a lot that they can do with the digging mechanic, and I heard that the bosses get a lot better towards the end of the game. But why towards the end? Like, why do we got to wait towards the end of the game to see good bosses? It sucks, but. Yeah, that's probably my only complaint right now. I think everything else is done so incredibly well. The boss battles are just a pushover so far. But I'm really loving this game. I'm loving where they're going with it. And if you've been reading the dialogue of characters and some characters that pop up, like we know that Cranky Kong's in the game. But I actively recommend that you look for him. Each world, he's hidden somewhere. Look for him. Not only does he give you a banana, but he also, kind of builds some story that, the rest of the characters aren't talking about. I really highly recommend that you talk to him and just listen to things that he has to say, because there's things there. And I find that to be very interesting. I don't know what it's leading to, but we'll see. But I'm very, very excited about this game, dude. I feel like this is a feeling I haven't felt since The Forgotten Land. You guys know I love Kirby and the Forgotten Land, so it's something that's kind of bringing me back to that for sure. I'm just so incredibly happy. This is an awesome game. I'm hoping that it continues to be awesome. I heard the ending is one of the best in Nintendo history, so I'm really excited for that. But let me know in the comments down below. How are you guys feeling with the game so far? What's been your experience? Are you loving DK Bananza? Are you not really caring for DK Bananza? Definitely comment down below. Make sure you leave a like and subscribe to stay up to date on all things Donkey Kong Bananza. And like always, I hope you have a blessed day, and I'll see you all on the next one. See you guys.